In the dark labyrinth of Liberty City, where the lights from high-rises twinkle like distant moonlights in a misty night haze there, Tony Cipriani stumbled into an entangling plot. The sprawling metropolis, pulsating with the rhythm of its own illicit heartbeat, became the canvas for Tony's twisted tale, a tale that unfolded in the digital realm of Grand Theft Auto, Liberty City Stories. Tony, an old friend with a dark past and contacts to rival Liberty City's tangled highways, returned from laying low for years. The streets echoed with rumors of palace intrigues and changing alliances, and Tony realized this was his opening to grab back the little he had left in this concrete jungle. City lights greeted Tony with a big hug, but behind the glittering scene lay danger and treachery. On the mean streets, however, it was no longer that way. In the controller in his hands as he played through a crime-ridden tale of betrayal and corruption's allure became Tony Vega's compass. Roosevelt, however, resorts to cruelty. The story begins in a nameless alley where someone approached Tony with two simple words, "So." With the knowledge that Liberty City was a hotbed of crime, and having taken control of Tony in their hands, the player set off on a journey into Crimeland which blurs the distinction between right and wrong. These were gripping missions, which sent Tony farther and deeper into the underworld of Liberty City. Whether fighting high-stakes heists or backdoor dealings, the missions peeled away layers upon layers of darkness from the city. The player became Tony's co-conspirator, guiding him through the dangerous countryside and making choices that would affect his fate. In the belly of underworld crime, Tony met a gallery of motley types, each with his own goals and agendas. Mysterious Salvatore Leone, who worked hand-in-hand with the criminal elite but whose seductive power was nonetheless deeper than language can describe, and sultry Maria added richness to the developing plot. The city was a breath of life, but the player found themselves drawn into conflicting alliances and faced decisions that warped their moral anchor. Liberty City Stories wasn't just a computer game, it was an electronic playground in which your choices counted and the aftereffects of each decision reverberated through its storyline. The expansive physical space provided the backdrop for high-speed car chases, gunfights in dark alleyways, and white-knuckle struggles to avoid capture by rival gangs. The player, drawn into the heat of the virtual world, experienced how fast Tony could run when he hopped into stolen cars and sped through city streets. The closer the story got to its denouement, the more tangled up in a net of lies became player and Tony. Loyalties were torn asunder, alliances dissolved into dust, and Liberty City became a killing field where only the clever and nasty made it through. The climax was in the final act. Here, under the guidance of Mafia Incorporated's player, Tony navigated a crescendo of chaos that would determine Liberty City's fate. The streets, which had once been a cacophony of crime, fell silent as the player reaped what they sowed. Afterwards, as the virtual dust settled and vanished into thin air, Liberty City emerged in its image of man, a city covered by wounds from the hand that set them. Grand Theft Auto, Liberty City Stories, with its thrilling story and exciting gameplay, was far more than just a video game. It offered an immersive interactive tale of crime or consequence where players could climb behind the wheel as a criminal protagonist.